Hey, welcome to JR Brick Builders. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sam. Thank you for watching this video and for checking us out. I want to encourage you, if you like what you see as you watch the video, to be sure to subscribe and click that bell notification because it really helps our channel out and we would appreciate it. Today I'm joined by this guy right here. This is one of the most epic, I think, builds of all time from Lego. It is the Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage T-Rex. Where's the gate and the fence and everything? Well, there's a story to that, and I thought I'd share it with you today. Like I said, there's a story to why I don't have the gate and the fence and everything set up here with me, and I thought that that would be our video today, to talk about a small disaster that took place. If you have been building and collecting Lego for any time at all, you'll know that when you spend a lot of time on a big set like this, as much as you might love to build and even might choose to take sets apart at some times to just rebuild them for the fun of it, I do that all the time. When you're not ready to do that and something happens to just destroy one of your sets, it is really frustrating, and that happened. So let me tell you the story of what happened here with this set. So a few days ago, I'm sitting in our living room, and all of our Lego right now is being stored in a bedroom upstairs because we're finishing our basement right now, and that's going to be the permanent home for our Lego collection. But in the meantime, we're just kind of storing it in a room. And so it's the middle of the day. I think I might have even been trying to take a nap, and I'm just sitting there relaxing. And all of a sudden from upstairs, I just hear this big crash. And if you've been building and collecting Lego for any time, you know that there's just a sound that Lego makes. When something happens with Lego, you know that it's Lego. And I heard this huge, big crash come from upstairs. And immediately my heart sunk and I knew something just fell. The Lego just fell. Turns out our cat had decided he wanted to jump up on one of our shelves to see out the window. And when he did, he completely missed the fact that there was a huge T-Rex and Jurassic Park gate in his way, and he just knocked it all off the shelf. Not only did he knock it off the shelf, it came crashing to the ground. I had heard that there was still some continuing crashing noises. That's because and it was only, 2 feet off the ground. It wasn't far, but when he knocked it over, it scared him. He jumped and landed on the set on the floor and continued then to scoot around and try to get away, tearing it even further apart. The only reason the T-Rex is with me in this video is because the T-Rex was mostly intact. This thing is so bulky and sturdy and well built that the legs came off, but I just popped those back into place. Otherwise, it's pretty much still intact, except as I say that, his foot just fell off because there is a piece missing that holds that in place. It needs some work. But let me turn you around and show you what happened to the gate, because that is only going to be fixable with a full rebuild. All right, so here's the T-Rex. You can see he's mostly still intact and still, of course, looks amazing. But he is missing a foot because one of the pieces that holds that on is, well, it's in the mix of what I'm about to show you now. So let's slide the T-Rex out of the way, including his foot and some of his toenails. And let's slide into view the fence. Yeah. If you own this set, you'll understand just how long it takes to put together the parts that you're seeing now. The one hope that I do have in putting this all back together is that this part, the base of it, is still pretty much intact. There's still some parts missing, but I think I will have a decent head start because I'm not gonna have to lay all this track down again. And I think I'll have somewhat of a decent head start. But when it comes to rebuilding, this fencing and stuff, as I speak, more parts are falling off. It looks like it's mostly intact. And so if you're not overly familiar with Lego, then you might think, hey, you should be able to piece that back together. But the problem is, if even just one or two pieces are missing and they're somewhere in this pile and I don't know exactly where they go, you almost have to start from scratch. You can't just go and pop some pieces back on. I'd have a hard time figuring out exactly where every last little piece goes. So, and there's a lot of detail to this set. Yeah, it's in rough shape. So I'm gonna at some point have to tear all of this down and probably put all the pieces in a box. I won't do that with the T-Rex. Like I said, the T-Rex I think is pretty much in savable condition without tearing it all apart. But the rest of this is all gonna have to be taken down and start over. I've already done an in-depth video on the build of this. You can check that out. I'll leave the link to that maybe right here. So I don't really want to do a whole detailed rebuild. I don't know. I've been considering on our channel doing like a series on rebuilds because I love to take sets apart when I'm planning to and rebuild them. Building them from the instructions is most of the fun for me when it comes to Lego. So I'm considering maybe starting a series of videos where we take some of the larger sets, especially, rebuild them, and just kind of have a conversation while we're doing that. Maybe I'll even try doing some live streams around that if that's something that maybe you find interesting. You can let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is the state of the T-Rex Rampage after the attack of a cat. Oh look, the bloody arm survived. Well, at least there's that. So I don't know what you would do in this situation if you were me and half this stuff was falling apart. There's a foot. But I am gonna tear it down and rebuild it. And I'd love to know your thoughts. If you think, hey, that's something you'd be interested in seeing in a future video, then I'll film it. And if not, then I'll just take it apart and kind of build it to myself and have a couple evenings of relaxing Lego building time. But just note to you and to myself, gotta keep the cats away from your Lego sets. Dogs aren't so bad about that, but cats, they're so curious and they'll destroy them. Hopefully I still have all the pieces. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you like the video, if you like this type of thing, leave a thumbs up on it. Comment below with your thoughts on seeing a rebuild of some of our larger sets, if that's an interesting topic for you. And if you've not subscribed yet, be sure to do that. Click the bell notification so you know when we bring out a new video, and we will see you in a future video. Thank you so much. Take care.